Hi friends, it's another time, and that also want to go to the second part. Yesterday we talked about search me, and today I want us to talk about a key thing also in prayer, which is the second part, wake me. If we consider the story of Jesus at Gethsemane with his disciple, we get that story in Luke chapter 22 verse 45 and 46, and I'll read. And when he rose up from prayer and was come to his disciples, he found them sleeping for sorrow, and said unto them, Why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. I think the verse, it's clear when it says that they were sleeping for sorrow. Like, I think many times in life we fail to, we stop depending on God, or we stop praying to God because of the grief that we are carrying, of the burdens that we have in life. We forget about God. We feel like God has separated himself from us. But in reality, it's not. God is coming and is telling the disciple that, why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. And if we remember the Lord's Prayer, there's a phrase that say, lead us not into temptation. There's this sickness called narcolepsy. I don't know if I pronounce it well, but a sickness where people just sleep in the middle of activities. As they're doing their things, they just fall asleep. I think it applies also to spiritual. It applies also to our spirituality. Maybe at some point we've fallen asleep. Like in the middle of our journey, we've fallen asleep. Instead of maintaining our momentum in our spiritual life, we reach a point where we slow down, like a point where we relax. Okay, but God is reminding us that by asking us a question, why sleepy? Okay, we need to wake up from our comfort zone. We need to forget our grief and give them to God, so that we are not limited by, our potential to serve God is not limited by the sorrows that we have in life, like the grief that we have in our daily life. Yeah. So at some point we may ask ourselves, is there a better option apart from Christ? Is there other means of achieving my goals apart from Christ? Or is there anything which I can do which does not involve God? Because realize when it comes to a point where Christian will have it rough, those are the questions which will come in our mind. But we need to keep on praying, just like Christ at the end of time, before he was the night before he was crucified, the night before he was arrested and then to be crucified, we see Christ struggling with that temptation of giving up, because the burden was too much. The weight of the world was too much. But he never succumbed to the temptation. But what he did is that he went on his knees and prayed to God, until he had a sweat of blood. So we need to follow the steps of Christ and pray diligently, that God may wake us up from the sleep, that we may be able to be awake, to be able to serve him fully. In Jesus' name, may you be blessed.